In this video, we're going to look at the owner or landlord payment experience. So we'll explain how they interact with their profile from a payments perspective, how they change their settings, download reports, and set their alerts. In their profile, first and foremost, you will see that there's a setting here that says funds waiting to be disbursed and a payment withdrawal frequency. What this means is the owner can choose when revenue or income from their rental property gets paid out to their bank account. So some owners will prefer instant. And that means the moment the tenant pays rent, those funds will be in their bank account approximately 5 seconds later. But other owners might prefer to have a lump sum payment at the end of the month that corresponds with their statement. So you can change this at any point in time. And if they do like to have a monthly payout, they will see the income accumulating in their profile up until the first of the month where it gets disbursed. If you ever decide to change, let's say an owner sees that they've got a couple of $1,000s waiting to go out and they decide they'd like that money, either they can change to instant or you can change to instant for them and the payment will go out overnight. They can also set alerts around their payments. So in their notification settings, there are alerts around their statements, so when they get alerted to their transactions, and they can also change all their payment setting alerts here as well. On each property, that's where they set the payment settings. So if you think back to our owner onboarding session, we entered the bank account here where the rental income is paid to. They can change that at any point in time. So if I refinance as an owner, I get a new offset account, I can punch those details in here. If I would like to pay all my outgoings with a different method, I can do that. The default is pay from rent, which means that rental income will be held back to pay for upcoming expenses. You can see on my screen now, there's an upcoming bill for $500, so the system requires $500 to be held back. The next time rent is paid, $500 will be held in this property wallet and released to the creditor on that bill on the due date, and if it's overdue, it will release it immediately. But you'll note if an owner changes their payment preferences to either bank account or credit card, the required amount disappears because the system is being told not to hold back any money anymore. Instead, it's being told to debit that payment method. So when I enter a credit card into the system and click save as an owner, it'll give me my confirmation. I can enter it into the system, and then once that's saved, I can use that to pay all my expenses. So these can be used for absolutely any expense the property might incur. So from maintenance, council, water, strata, land tax, there's no limit on the size of the transaction, and there's also no requirement to wait for rent to come in. So once I do that, you can see this owner is now processing the payment on this bill that was overdue because we don't have any rent for a little while. Any payments from those other methods still appear on the statements, still appear on your transaction history, and still appear on your end of financial year reports, which is very unique for a property management system because in trust accounting world, you can't use any other alternative method and still have it appear on your financials. When it comes time to downloading a statement, I do get one automatically as an owner at the end of the month. So on the first of every month, the system will send that out. But if I miss it or I need to go back and generate one from another period, I can do that from my financials tab whenever I like. Same thing goes for end of financial year reports. If I would like an income and expenditure report, I can go and access that from my reports tab. It is automatically sent just after 30 June to every owner that's had transactions in that financial year as well. So the agency doesn't need to do anything when it comes to those types of reports being delivered to the owner's inbox.